Hello dear students, this is a topic statistics of class 10th NCERT. In earlier classes, we have studied till ungrouped data and we already understand the different measure of central tendency, that is mean, median, mode, and we already studied about this. But in class 10th, you have to study group data, and for group data you should know how to find the different measure of central tendency. In group data, mean of group data is found in three methods. First is direct method, second assumed mean method, third step deviation method. For group data, median is found in different way, and there is a formula for finding mode for group data. So continue with this video. You are going to learn these three things related with group data only. So dear students, first we will recall the way of finding mean of ungrouped data. So here we have a table containing marks obtained and the number of students, where marks obtained is xi and number of student is fi. You can also say that xi is observation and fi is number of observation. So if we have been asked to find out the mean or average marks of the class, so we will do xi fi, sum of xi fi we will calculate first, then we will find the mean. So here mean is x bar and the formula is sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. We already seen in the class 9 also. So here you will have 1779 divided by 30, that is equal to 59.3. So average marks of the class is 59.3. Now we will move from ungrouped data to group data, or we are going to know how to convert ungrouped data into group data. So first you should know what is the need of converting ungrouped data into group data. So in real life, data is usually so large that to make a meaningful study, it needs to condensed or group data. Dear students, you are observing two tables on the screen. One is ungrouped data and the same table is converted into the other table, which is called group data. So to convert ungrouped data into group data, what you need to know that we are making the cluster or a group, right, in sequentially. Like here, see, marks obtained 10 students is 1, 20 students 1. So what we will do, we will make a group of 15 and that group is converted into class interval, that is 10 to 25. So students getting marks between 10 to 25 will be grouped as 2. Like here 10 to 25, here our class interval size is class interval size or width, you can say, that is 15. So 10 to 25 you are having 2 students. You can see over here 1 plus 1, 10 to 20. Since 25 is not there, so 10 to 20 you have to include only 2 students, that is given. Next important point is how to consider the data which will lie in like higher class intervals. So if the data is higher class interval, here I am taking, it is depend upon you or depend upon the statement also, if it is given, whether you have to consider the higher class interval in next interval or previous interval. Like here in 10 to 25 or 25 to 40, if my data is 25, the marks of student getting 25 is 2, then you will not include that students in this. You have to include in this 25 to 40. Let us take an example over here. Here we have students getting 70 marks. Number of students getting 70 marks is 4. So we will not include the number of students getting 70 marks in this. We will include number of students getting 70 marks in this. So 70 to 85 range. If 70 to 85 range is like this is 70 to 85. So 4, 5, 6. So we will consider the 4 in this group. 70 to 85, that is 6. So in this way, you can consider higher class interval data in next class. So we are making the class interval in like this manner. Now the thing is, here we have converted the marks obtained data in class intervals or group of data. For calculating mean, what you need to know, we have requirement of class marks, which will help you to calculate the mean. So to get the class marks, what we will do, we will have a formula for getting class marks, so that it need to make us calculate mean further. So class marks is nothing but upper limit of class interval plus lower limit, upper limit plus lower limit of class interval by 2. So here upper limit is 25, lower limit is 10, to 10 plus 25, 35, 35 by 2 is 17.5. Similarly, for each class interval you have class marks, and that class marks act as a xi. For calculating mean, again we have same formula, and this calculation of group data, this calculation of mean for this group data is known as direct method. Direct method. We already seen in the starting that there are 3 methods of finding mean for group data. First is direct method, and direct method is formula is x bar is equal to sigma fi xi by sigma fi. Here xi is class marks. Please keep consider that here xi is class marks. So here you will get 1860 upon 30, that is nothing but 62. So here one question is this, like here we are getting 62 and here we are getting sigma fi xi by sigma fi is equal to 59.3. So which is more accurate? Obviously it is more accurate, but for group data we are not calculating the accurate mean, we are calculating the approx mean. So for large number of data, this difference will be very less for large amount of data. So in this way we are converting ungrouped data into group data, and we understand that the first method of finding mean, that is direct method, and which is equal to the same as in ungrouped data. Here xi is class marks. So this is very important. In direct method, xi is class marks, which is calculated by adding upper limit and lower limit of class interval divided by 2. Dear students, we have studied first method, that is direct method, for finding mean of group data. Now we will move to assumed mean method. So what is the need of assumed mean method? Because in most of the real life data, the xi value is very large. So calculating product of fi xi becomes very tedious. So to remove this tedious task, we will have another method, assumed mean method, where we will assume the value a, and that a is the middle value of xi, that middle value of xi. So you have to choose any of the middle value of xi, and it is preferable to choose middle value of xi. So here two middle values are there, 47.5, 62.5. You can consider either 47.5 or 62.5 as a. So for this table I consider a as 47.5. You can also consider or calculate the mean by assuming a as 62.5. So for this we have to calculate di, xi minus 47.5, where xi is this observation, right? So 17.5 minus 47.5 is 30, x 32.5 minus 47.5 is minus 15, 47.5 minus 47.5 is 0. In this way you have to calculate di. Now the formula of assumed mean method, x bar can be calculated as a plus, that is sigma fi di upon sigma fi, that is equal to 47.5 plus 435 divided by 30, that is equal to 47.5 plus 14.5 plus 14.5, that is equal to 47.5 plus 0.5, that 48, 62. So you can observe here the same mean value as we got in previous method, that is direct method, 62. So basic focus is to find assumed a, value of a, and that you will get the middle value of xi. Now we comes to third method, that is step deviation method of finding mean of group data. Here we are calculating other term apart from di, that is ui, and ui is nothing but equal to xi minus a, that is assumed mean, divided by height of the class, that is 15. In class interval the height of the class is 15. So here h value is 15 and a is 47.5. okay, so we need step deviation method to simplify our calculation. So please understand this, step deviation method and the assumed mean method are the simplified form of direct method. Here calculation becomes more easier. Now we will calculate the mean from step deviation method. The formula of mean through step deviation method is a plus height of the class into sigma fi ui upon sigma fi. So we already calculated all the data in the table as shown here. So here a is 47.5 plus height of the class interval is 15. Height of the class interval is nothing but upper limit minus lower limit. So 15 into sigma fi ui by 29 divided by sigma fi is 30. So 15 into 30 is 2, that is again 47.5 plus 14.5, that is equal to 62. So you can observe here in all the three methods we get the same value, that is 62. So please make a note that a step deviation method and assumed mean method will also give same answer, but it is a simplified form of direct method and more convenient also. One more thing we have to keep in mind, that a step deviation method is preferable if we have common factor in di. You can observe here 15 is the common factor in di, so it is easy to implement a step deviation method and will have lesser calculation task. Dear students, in this video we studied the method of finding mean of group data. In second video, we will see median of group data and mode of group data. So thank you students for watching this video.